Hi, my name is Rachel Canet, and this is my personal introduction video. So all about me, I'm currently the SPED instructional coach pre-K through 12 in the Seaman District here in Topeka, Kansas. I've been doing that for the last 2 years. I oversee paraprofessionals, do PD development, IEP compliance, minute and student support audits, new teacher training, and so on. Before that, I was behavior integration specialist for 1 year. And before that, for 11 years, I was a K-6 SPED interrelated teacher. All my teaching experience, this is going into my 15th year, has been in the Seaman School District. We have one early childhood building. We have 5 elementary schools, 1 middle school, 1 high school, and an alternative secondary school. We have approximately 4,000 students in our population, approximately 85 SPED funded staff, and about 130 SPED funded paraprofessionals. I am part of our district leadership team, our assistive tech team, our autism resource team. I'm an NCI de-escalation trainer for the district. I have wanted to be a SPED teacher my entire life, really since I was in high school. My goal is to be an assistant SPED director. I've lived in Kansas for 25 years now, but I was born and raised and graduated high school in California. My critical reflection on administrators in our district. We do follow the MTSS model, and it is a belief in our district that all of our students are to be included, and that we like to foster that feeling that all of our students are accepted regardless of their needs and exceptionalities. We are a technology-rich district. We have one-to-one initiative laptops for our students in the secondary level. That's very beneficial, especially if we have students who don't have access to computers at home. We have iPads and laptops available at the elementary level. As of the end of last year, we have 63 blended learning classrooms, 35 project-based learning teachers that all our elementary students see on a weekly basis, as well as classrooms across the district that foster project-based learning. I believe this demonstrates a belief in meeting all student learning needs. We want our students to be in school and as they can find their route and learn their way. Additional areas where our school administrators worked toward that safe environment is we have social learning curriculum across all schools. We have suicide prevention. We have a bowling curriculum. All of our classrooms have safe and calm spots. We have wellness rooms in the buildings for students to access when they feel the need to step away and refocus and bring themselves back in control. The district staff have been receiving PD and trauma and ACEs and how to shift our schools from trauma responsive schools to trauma informed. The critique of my knowledge of federal and state laws and school board policies. I would say that at this point, I'm probably not as strong in the federal and state laws as a general educator. I've been in the SPED department, and I have been just recently, as part of my new job, really diving into SPED law and how that applies to my job. I work pretty closely with the SPED director, and she's pretty adamant and does a great job of including me in laws and policies and procedures that we follow as a district, which we follow the state. I've worked closely with some principals and administrators, and that has allowed me to understand where they're coming from. Sometimes as teachers, we tend to think principals are just choosing to do something when really they're following a federal or state law that's been directed from above them even. Our school board policies, I would say that I'm not as versed in our school board policies. I do know that policies that are required to be reviewed and implemented yearly and may follow suit with federal and state laws. I believe that includes that suicide prevention, the bullying training, including signs of how to look for that when it comes to social media. We have social media expectations for our staff, technology used by our students, and we all sign yearly agreements as to how we will use that technology and how we use our computers for personal use as well as our school use. We get bloodborne pathogen training on a yearly basis, and then all of our SPED staff receive confidentiality training. We have required drills for fire, tornado, and intruders. I know in recent years that requirement has changed to where we actually have more intruder drills than we do fire drills, and I feel that is probably something that has come from a federal statute to better have our students feel safe in their school environments as well as our staff. My proposed plan to gain in that knowledge area and to learn more about school law is to really reading, simply dive in and reviewing school law and our board policies, attending more school board meetings to see the application of those policies as they apply to topics that are brought to the board, being able to restate or paraphrase my knowledge to someone else. I often may, now that some things are not options, rather they are laws, but may struggle to truly cite them or define them. So that's that idea that I know it's something very important and that we are required to do it, but I can see the benefit of truly knowing where that's stemming from. I would love to go to conferences and workshops. I've attended the Tri-State Law Conference and will be going again this next year. However, that does tend to focus on SPED law, and I know that I need to grow on just law in general and utilize my online resources. I know when it comes to our SPED law, we're constantly looking at the KSDE handbook to clarify regulations and law on what is required when it comes to the SPED law. So that has been a really good resource for me, and my director uses it quite often. So she always is sure to point out where to find that information when I need to be sure that we are following the law and the state regulations. That is all about me, and I do hope to learn a lot going through this school law class, because I do know that there is some areas that I struggle to truly understand, being that I've always come from the SPED side. And so I know there's areas in the gen ed side that I can grow in, and I look forward to learning those this semester. So thank you, and nice to meet you all.